بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما. اللهم إنا نسألك الإخلاص والقبول وأن تنفعنا اللهم بما نقول. اللهم أمين وبعد. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Tajweed 101 course, simple step-by-step course that enables inshallah to read Al-Quran properly. My name is Maghfira and I am an online Quran teacher and you are watching Maghfira Education 101, the place to learn and know and understand how to read the Quran properly and understand its meaning. And today inshallah we are going to continue with the next part of the tongue. So let's start. Front edge of the tongue. You remember that the last lesson we moved to the tongue and we agreed that the tips of the tongue the two letters are produced from the tip of the tongue. Okay, we have bod and lam. Bod and lam. This is the tongue. So the whole edges is produced. It is producing bod when we press here on the back part of the tongue. Okay, and now we are going to move to the tip of the tongue. The tip of the tongue, which is the front edge of the tongue, producing letter lam. Okay, and letter lam really, it is exactly the same as L sound. Okay, and sometimes some may do it as putting the tongue here. L. It is not like this. Lam should touch this point. L, like this. Okay, so lam is produced from the nearest part of the sides of the tongue and the end of its tip. And what lies opposite to it? Of the gum of the first two upper premolars, two upper canines, two upper lateral incisors, and two upper front incisors. This to show you that it take the part that is appear when you smile. Okay, so this is al, la, li, lu, al, like this. Okay, so let's see the parts that share on producing or pronouncing letter lam. As you see here, this is the front edge of the tongue, should be here. Okay, here. So remember, it is not on the teeth. It's not all. No, it is al, like this. La, li, lu, al. This is lam letter. Okay, exactly the same way of reading lemon, L, and try to make it smoother and try to make it simpler, because this will inshallah keep the letter produced so simply and so properly inshallah. Let's try reading these words with lam in a different harakat. First one is la, bi, tha. Second one is kasra. Third one is dhamma. And the fourth one is sukun. First one is labitha, labitha, so simply, so smooth, like this. Labitha. And the next is lisana, lisana, not li, the. Some may put the tip of the tongue on the front teeth, and this is wrong. Next is ulu, like this. And the fourth and the last one is yalbath. And you see here lam sukun, we should give it as more time, a little bit time, and keep the sound continuous. Yalbath, like this. Okay, there's a very important topic that we have to study, which is the heavy and the light lam in the name of Allah or Allahumma. And this is a special case only for the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not use it except for the name of Allah. The normal lam is light. So what is light and heavy? Let's take a hint on this concept until inshallah we move to it deeper inshallah to understand it. First thing, heavy, when I say something heavy, okay, means that the sound should fill the whole mouth, and something light means that the sound going outside the mouth without being without filling the mouth. Okay, so when I have heavy lam and light lam, that means that the sound on the heavy one should fill the whole mouth, while the sound on the light one isn't filling the mouth or the whole mouth. How to apply this heaviness? Number one, elevating the deepest part of the tongue. This is the rule of any heavy letter. When you listen that is heavy, you have to do these three things. Number one, elevate the deepest part of the tongue to narrow the space between the roof of the mouth and the tip of the tongue and the roof of the tongue. Okay, narrow this space and narrow the space of the throat. You see here, this is a bigger space, while here is shorter or tiny or small space. Okay, so this one is light la, while here is heavy law. When you narrow the space between the throat or between the roof of the mouth and the tongue, or even tiny, or make the space of the throat shorter or smaller, the sound would be produced heavy. Okay, so we have two words, Allah. The next one, illah, la and law, la and law. So how to differentiate between both types? We have to do three things. Returning back to this part because I didn't continue the three things. Number one, elevating the posterior part of the tongue. Number two, keep the sound inside the mouth. Let the sound to be directed towards the roof of the mouth, not pushed outside. Okay, so this is number two. Number three is narrowing the space between the throat and the tongue. Law, and keep the sound inside. Withdraw the sound to be inside. This is the way of making the heavy lams like law and la, law and la, like this. So let's see the examples or how to know that this is a heavy lam or this is a light lam. Number one, if you have the name of Allah, I will look to the letter just before the name of Allah. If the haraka, the last haraka on the last letter that just before the name of Allah is having fatha or dhamma on it, in this case we will read the name of Allah heavy. If the haraka just before the name of Allah has a kasra, in this case it will be light. Let's see the examples. The first one here, the name of Allah, and the last letter before the name of Allah is fatha. So I will read it as قال الله قال الله. The next example is if the last haraka just before the name of Allah or Allahumma is dhamma, like this one, so it will be heavy. So let's see how to read it. It will be قالوا قالوا الله قالوا اللهم قالوا اللهم, like this. Next example, when I have the letter just before the name of Allah is having kasra and then the name of Allah, then I will read it as a light lam. So it will be Bismillahi. Bismillahi. Let's differentiate or try to compare between the sound of Bismillah and Qala Allah. Let's listen, and please never apply this rule except only for the name of Allah. And if you're applying this lam normally, for the normal lam like la'iba, okay, like that, try to fix that to keep the tongue completely sitting to the lower jaw on the word other than the name of Allah. The name of Allah is a special case. Okay, so the first way is Bismillahi Qala Allahu Qala Allahu Bismillahi Qala Allahu Bismillahi Qala Allahu, like this. Okay, so this is the lesson for today. Try to see, check yourself. If you have any question, never ever hesitate to ask me. جزاكم الله خيرا for watching. Catch you on the next lesson إن شاء الله. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. سبحانك اللهم ربنا وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.